My name is Erica Black, and I'm excited to be able to serve. So first things first, find a comfortable seat. So maybe that's your desk chair. Maybe you're sitting, I'm sitting on the ground on a cushion, like a meditation cushion that has some support for my hips and my spine. Ideally, you want your hips to be elevated or be supported if available. If you're in your seat, like your work chair, so to speak, then maybe try to get your feet so they're grounded, connecting to the earth. And just feeling that point of connection and grounding is a really beautiful place to start. So let's dig in right here. Let me go ahead and come over here, make sure we got all of our things. Everybody's nice, perfect. It's always key to make sure there's no background noise. So first, just finding that nice comfortable seat and then sitting up tall. And so if you have a pillow or something on your back supporting your spine, that's nice. Otherwise, you're going to actively engage your core muscles to be able to sit up nice and tall and feel supported. And this isn't maybe everyday practice. If meditation and breathwork is new for you, I'm just going to give you a couple of quick insights so that hopefully you can take those forward. And this might become a practice that you can utilize on a regular basis. So your posture is key, feeling supported. You want to be comfortable. It's hard to sit sometimes for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or even 20 or 30 minutes, especially if you're not comfortable. Always give yourself permission to move, to adjust. If you need to try a new position or, switch the way your legs are, you're not defeated if you can't sit still. And so a lot of times that hinders people from even trying to find some sort of stillness. And our nervous system really loves stillness and equanimity. And so if you can find balance in your body, so maybe like one knee isn't up here hanging out like this while the other one's down there, you want to try to find balance in your seat, in your alignment, and in your support to the ground if your feet are touching or if your hips are touching or your hands, and just finding that space to be in alignment. So once you find your comfortable seat, I love to give a little bit of information, and it's not going to be long, but just a brief glimpse into why meditation is so important and breathwork is so important. Most of us breathe all the time. Okay, that was a joke. We all breathe all the time. Otherwise, we wouldn't be standing and moving around and doing life, right? We would be 6 feet under somewhere else thinking about, I don't know what, holy worms. But the cool thing about it is we actually have the ability to breathe without thinking about it. Now that's pretty cool because most of us are so busy in life that we don't have time to think about it. It's the last thing that comes to our mind, actually. And so this is a beautiful opportunity to be intentional, to get on purpose, to thinking about your breath, to thinking about your presence and your awareness. And this is a practice that helps to reset your nervous system. It actually helps to calm and ground and slow you down in a way that helps to nourish and replenish and repair and rebuild the body in a way. And so when we're in fight or flight under stress, our body doesn't get to heal. It doesn't get to have all of the magical benefits that we'd hope it gets to have on a regular basis. So taking a moment to connect with your breath, to connect with awareness, and to breathe on purpose is powerful. So one of my examples I love to use is the aha of, have you ever gotten a new car? Yes. Okay. So when you got your new car, before that, you like never saw it anywhere, did you? And then you got a new car and then you drive it around, and the first week you're in it, you see your car like 50 times. Now that might feel like an exaggeration, but your awareness keys in your brain and you start having this autopilot, this subconscious ability to hone in and find the things that you're now aware of. And it's really cool because the same thing happens when we sit for our meditation, when we sit and breathe and we listen and we get connected to our body, is we now have this subconscious autopilot happening, this cruise control that happens behind the filter, behind the intention, behind the, the on purpose of our work and our things that we're focused on. And we have this subtle focus that now gets keyed into the things that we plant, the things that we're aware of, the things that we're focused on in our meditation. And so now you're moving through life and you're like, there it is. There's the thing I've been thinking about. There it is. There's the solution to the challenge. There it is. There's the way that I can support my body, my nourishment, whatever it might be. And so it's a pretty cool thing when you start using your subconscious in this way and you start using your awareness to help support your, optimal outcomes for your goals, for your health, for your wellness, for your healing, whatever it might be, right? For your focus in business or in your relationships. When you can have time to sit and get connected, everything else flourishes. At least that's my experience. And so we're going to go ahead and just take a few nice slow moments here in our awareness, in our seat, maybe you close your eyes and you just sit up tall. I have a couple of things I like to do with my hands when I'm meditating. One is just to have them palms facing up if that feels comfortable. It tends to open the chest and the shoulders, and that might feel supportive to feel open instead of closed. We talked about open and closed yesterday in our yoga, chair yoga with that. And so thinking about that energy. The other thing I like to do is sometimes I'll have my hands at heart center, and this might feel connected to draw your thumbs into your heart. That's an option. One of my favorite things is called the cosmic bowl or the cosmic mudra. And so it's taking your left hand, placing it on top of the right, and just kind of creating this little bowl, and then your thumbs connect. And so just this little cradle of a bowl, and then just let it set in your lap. And that feels really good and open for me. It opens the shoulders, it supports and grounds, and it brings this connected energy, this kind of gathering place for energy at the base chakra. And if you're not aware of chakras, it's a system that goes from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top rather of the spine. And it's these beautiful energy centers through the body. So we can talk about that another time. But sit, find whatever feels good for your hands, and then just take a nice deep breath in and exhale, let it go. Nice. We're going to do that just a few more times. Inhaling and exhaling. Throughout your practice, I encourage you to try to breathe in and out the nose. If you find yourself mouth breathing, then usually that means that we need to, either you have a clogged nose, you got something going on, right? Or you might just need to take it a little slower. If you feel like you're pushing yourself and you can't catch your breath, that's not the intention. And so being in a calm space and allowing yourself to inhale and exhale with the kind of ease and connectivity is a beautiful space. If you feel like you want to use an abdominal breath and kind of fill the belly, that's another option. Sometimes you'll notice your awareness of where you're breathing, whether it's high in your chest or low into your abdomen. And so that's something else we can just play with and contemplate. But for now, we're going to focus with taking 3 nice slow deep breaths in the nose and out the nose. So exhale the air out. And inhale. Hold at the top, retain the air just for a moment, and then exhale, let it go. Emptying the lungs out. Nice. Inhale. Pause and hold, and then exhale. Nice. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Allow yourself to sit here for a moment, coming back to a normal breath cycle. With just an awareness on how it feels to breathe in your body, the ease or the effort that's attached to breathing, feeling connected to your breath. Begin to allow the shoulders to relax down away from the ears, maybe rolling them back if it feels good. To start our practice together, we're going to practice our square breathing. And so square breathing is simply the inhale, retaining the inhale, keeping the air in, and then the exhale, and then retaining the exhale, keeping the empty space across the bottom. And so it creates this beautiful square. And the reason we do it square is because we want to have the same duration for our inhale, our retention, our exhale, and our retention, so that we have the same amount of time or measurements. And so we're going to do this together starting as a group. And so utilizing the breath, we're going to exhale the air out and then inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and retain the air in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then exhale the air for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze, hold empty for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And empty for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain this empty space. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze, hold, retain. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty for 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain. Kumbhaka is retaining that air in just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Allow yourself to sit here and coming back to your normal breath for a moment. Feel the lightness through the shoulders, the openness through the chest, the ease with which air is moving in and out of you. Less compression, maybe less weight, more openness, lightness, flow. I love the square breathing practice as a way to ground and calm. It's a way to get connected to your breath. Our mind likes to have something to think about. If we don't give it a task, our human tendency is to chase something, to wander. And so square breathing, it doesn't just help us with consistency, it helps us with having a focal point. And so drawing yourself into that awareness, that focal point, gives your brain a job, gives you security, and allows you to kind of let go of all the other things. So square breathing is a beautiful tool to use. I would optimize this by taking this into a 5, 6, 7. You can go up to 8 or even 9, depending on your breath and your expansion. If you find it harder to go longer, then cut back. A lot of times I'll count up like we did to 7, and then I'll come back down to 5, and then I'll go back up to 8, and then I'll come down to 6. And so you can play with this, scaling up and down as you practice this expansion of your breath and this work of the lungs and the diaphragm. It's a powerful way to open the body and to expand your capacity, not just for air, but for life, which is really cool. And so just take another breath as we find our seat here, our stillness for a moment. And just for the next 30 seconds, we're going to have quiet and just to allow you to observe what's happening in your body, in your breath. Nice. Take a nice slow breath in. Exhale, let it go. In that 30 seconds, can you draw attention to where your brain went? Were you able to stay focused on your inhale and exhale? Did you give it a task? Or did you find that your brain was moving around, jumping from thing to thing like popcorn? It's okay when the brain wanders. It's okay when something comes into our awareness. Our job is just to observe what's happening. So a thought, an option, an idea comes in, and then we just hold a space, and then we can kind of just try to let it go without being attached or holding on too long. This human experience is beautiful because we have the ability to experience so much. But when we hold on to something, it often actually closes us off from being able to receive anything. And so our job is to open our hands, to open our minds, to open our hearts, to let things move through our life and take the joy and let go of the things that maybe aren't serving us or that we don't need to hang on to in the moment. And so just taking a few nice slow breaths here with an awareness of maybe what came up for you. If you like to jot a note or two down or just kind of make a post-it note in your mind to come back to later. I often find the things that pop up in the mind that come back with any type of repetition for my attention or my awareness are things that I need to focus deeper on with a journal entry, maybe just some free writing, or just a few moments of contemplation in a place where I feel supported and not rushed. And so that might be a beautiful practice to take into your evening or your afternoon. From here, we're going to open our eyes, come back into our body just for a moment. And one of the things that often can deter us from sitting in this comfortable seat, in this stillness or in this deeper space is if we haven't had any physical movement in the day. And so one of my favorite things to do before sitting for a meditation for any amount of time is actually to move my body. And whether you're going for a walk or you're doing yoga, or you're going for a run, whatever it might be that helps to get you moving. Sometimes I turn the music up and I dance and I shake and I move and I feel the rhythm and I let the energy move through me, and I get, almost like a little sweat going from breaking it down. And it might sound silly, but that is something that really increases energy and gets the blood flow and circulation moving, and moves so that when we come to our seat, it's like this recalibration. Everything goes whoom. And the more we can move our muscles, the easier it is for us to find the stillness and be in the seat. And so we're just going to take a few moments to move in our body. It's called a Sufi grind. And so you can take your palms face down on your knees or your thighs, and we're just going to take our body into a circle. And so inhaling forward and exhaling back. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. And it can be a big bowl circle, or it can be a smaller, more narrow circle, whatever feels right and good in your body. Inhaling, and this can go at a slow pace, kind of like I am doing, or it can be a little bit more intense pace if you'd like. And that might look something more like kind of an egg beater stirring. I like to be like this slow ladle cleaning off the edges of the bowl. But sometimes you got to beat those eggs up. And so if that's where you're at today and you got that fast-paced energy, maybe a little bit more like the overwhelm in the brain kind of energy that happens sometimes, this is a beautiful way to get that energy out. And so breathing and moving and stirring things up, it allows that energy to get out so that when you find your seat and your stillness, you're not overwhelmed. And the last thing we want is to have our racing thoughts, our anxious mind, or our hamster on the wheel spinning so fast that we can't find still, calm slowness. And so take a moment and switch directions. So if you're going to the left, now we're going to go to the right. Don't forget to breathe. That nice audible breath in and out the nose. Let's just do 3 more. Coming back to center, finding stillness. Notice how your body feels like it's still gently kind of spinning. That little bit of residual energy flowing in that spiral. From here, we're going to take just a few cow cats. And so inhaling and exhaling, arching the spine. Inhaling, chest forward. Exhaling, spine back. I'm just going to take about 10 of these. Sometimes opening the spinal column and getting energy moving through the spine is one of the most vital things to increase our upward energy through our chakras, through this flow, this funnel of the spine. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to stillness, taking a moment to find the seat, just to soften, maybe close your eyes. Observe if there's energy moving in your body, if you still feel like you're moving, swaying forward, back, or spherically. And allow yourself just to kind of settle like the snow globe does after it's been shaken. Find the comfortable place for your hands. Maybe draw your awareness back to your abdomen as you gently engage your core to support your spine as you sit up a little taller. If you've noticed you've slumped at all, even if there's a pillow supporting you, engage your abs. Begin to encourage the abdominal wall and your muscles to support your spine and your posture. Nice. From here, we're going to move into a guided meditation. So I'm going to invite you with your eyes closed just to keep that nice slow breath in and out the nose. Feel the connection of your glutes to your chair, to your mat, your cushion. Feel the length of your spine, drawing the shoulders back. Exhale the air out. Take a nice slow breath in. Softly exhale. Beautiful. Draw your attention to any noise, sounds, anything that draws your attention outside of your body. Maybe you can hear a car passing outside, or a neighbor watering the lawn. Maybe there's a bird chirping. Wherever your attention goes, allow it to go. Allow it to move away from you and to hear the faintest, slightest things at a distance that you can observe. go from one thing, leaving it to the next, acknowledging and observing it, and then moving on to another sound, another experience. Nice. Invite your attention now to your body, feeling the palms resting on your legs or your hands together in your cosmic mudra. Feel the connectivity. Perhaps feel the warmth under your arms. If you can feel the vibration around your body, maybe around the fingertips or even the heart center. Any subtle energy or subtle movements, even just the shoulders rising and falling a millimeter at a time with our inhale and slowly with our exhale. Observing your body for just a moment. Sometimes we can hear and feel the pulse. Drawing your attention back to your seat, your connection to the earth, and then drawing the attention from the seat all the way up the spine to the top of the head. Imagining this energy from the earth is coming up through the seat, like the nutrients, the water from the soil and the earth through the roots of the plant, drawing all the way up to the top of the head, to the crown, nourishing the entire body. As you breathe deeply, draw that energy upward and soften and exhale. Feel the entire space from the seat to the crown. As we feel more secure and rooted down into the seat, we open ourselves to receive, to surrender, and just kind of unfold. Imagining a flower opening to the sun, feeling the warmth, the security, feeling the nourishment. And for the next 5 or 6 minutes, we're going to find this space of our seated meditation. If you need to take a drink or move for a moment, now's a good time. Just giving yourself a quick moment to adjust anything that you might need to. For these next 5 minutes, I'm going to play my singing bowl. I'm not going to be doing a lot of vocal cueing. I would like for you to connect with your body and your breath, your awareness. And so maybe you use the auditory connection, and that keeps your attention in the present, in the space, the room. Maybe you focus on your breath and your connection to your physical body while you're breathing. If you're focused inwardly and it's the thoughts that are coming to you, focus on also allowing them to let go and release, and to try to find that clear space, like the space between the inhale and the exhale, or between the exhale and the inhale in our square breath. Trying to find moments where you can retain, observe the thought, the experience, and then let it go, release it. And then the goal is to find the clarity of retaining the emptiness, that bottom of the square in our breath, and giving ourselves the space to be in that emptiness, which is not alone, but the Buddha said, emptiness is actually unlimited possibility. It's opportunity. It's not alone. It's with all things. It's opening ourselves for whatever we desire, for whatever is our best possible experience, outcome, or receptivity. And so taking a few moments just to be here in this space without any judgment, whatever happens, thoughts, feelings, attention, awareness, If you start to roam around in your mind, give yourself the grace to come back without judgment and allow yourself just to be at ease with your body. And so your time, so the next 5 minutes, just allow yourself to go with this energetic flow and unwind. If you want to turn your audio up a little bit to hear more, you're welcome to. I'll try to play a little bit loud, but still giving you that beautiful opportunity. This bowl is actually the heart chakra frequency. And so this opening from the heart center. Enjoy. Drawing your attention to heart center. Maybe resting your hands at your heart or chest if it feels comfortable for you. Or maybe just feeling the connectivity of your palms, your hands together, the pulse, the vibration. Take a nice slow breath in. And exhale, release. These next 60 seconds or so, allow yourself to feel the beauty and the warmth and the envelopment in this cloak, this security, this blanket of energy and protection. feeling more connected to the root of who you are, grounded in the earth, grounded in confidence, your beliefs, energetically open to receiving, and more aware of what's happening, more aware of your breath, of your ability to choose which thoughts you retain and hold and which ones you let go. Your awareness of the space between your thoughts, between your breath. Taking that moment or two just to marinate in the gifts that you're giving yourself. If you have a seed that you'd like to plant here in this fertile space, a thought, a desire, a prayer, a mantra, a wish, for yourself or for someone else, this heightened energy and vibration is a conduit for connecting to your highest. And so it's a beautiful place to submit, to plant, to honor, and to celebrate. As you're coming back into your body, into your space, maybe taking a moment to move your hands or just slowly move your body. Maybe it's in a circle, maybe opening that little cat-cow energy at the chest, opening through the solar plexus and the heart, maybe rounding the shoulders, maybe wiggling the toes, and then maybe opening the eyes if you'd like, taking a moment to come back into this space. Thank yourself for being present, for slowing down, and for being intentional. This practice is something that's amazing if you can do it on a regular basis. And you can do the same thing consistently. You don't have to feel like you have to reinvent the wheel and do something new every time. As you continue this, you will find the space that feels right for you, the activities, the mantras, the thoughts, whether it's guided or silent. Something that I've used for myself consistently in the last few years as I deepen my practice is the inquiry of books, and some books that are really lovely that you can find, like a daily sentence or two, a mantra, a thought. One of my favorites over the last 4 or 5 years is Inward by young Pablo. And it just has a brief moment, a sentence or two usually for each day. And you can kind of pick and just flip open to a random page, which I don't know that there's really random, but to the page that draws you to it, or you might read from start to finish. One of my other favorite authors is a man named Mark Nepo. And these are 2 books that I just picked up. One's called The Exquisite Risk, off my shelf that is. They're well worn and noted. And the other one's called 7,000 Ways to Listen. And so it's a pretty cool opportunity to add something into your practice if you'd like. These are available at the library if you want to grab your own copy. They're not that expensive online. And then you can actually make notes and mark them up, post-it note them, whatever works for you. I'm going to end today, as we're at the end of our time, with just a passage, the one page I flipped open to, and this is from young Pablo. It's page 4 and 5 if you're interested. It says, to solely attempt to love others without first loving yourself is to build a home without a strong foundation. 3 things make life harder: not loving yourself, refusing to grow, and not letting go. And so wherever you are in your journey, I hope that maybe one of those words inspire you, that something today that we shared or connected with helps you to grow and to stretch yourself. If nothing else, just to come and find this peaceful time where you can detach from all the other and get really rooted with who you are, because you're amazing. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for showing up and for practicing with me today. I look forward to hopefully practicing together more in the future. The divine in me bows and honors the divine light in you. Namaste.